Welcome back, my friends, to the BjjBrick Quick Podcast. This is a Jiu-Jitsu podcast. It lasts about 5 or 6 minutes. Get that roll in. Then you roll with somebody else for a little while. I know you've got another podcast coming up next. Get that next roll in. My name is Byron, and today, believe it or not, you're in the customer service business. If you're on the mats, you're on the team, you're in customer service. And it's not the same as, what you would think of as somebody's job or, somebody who serves a meal or, any number of things in the customer service industry, answers, troubleshooting with people or you name it. A lot of us are in customer service. I consider myself as a firefighter. I'm in customer service. I deal with people. You're in that game. You're in the customer service business. You're sitting on the mats, talking with your friends, getting ready to work out. A new person walks in. Nobody greets them. Maybe your coach is doing something in the back room and not even around. Maybe the gym owner is out of town this week. Person comes in, looks around, sees a dozen people with gis on, sits down on the bleachers. 5 or 6 minutes go by and they leave. How's that for a business? Would your coach think that's good? Would your coach appreciate it if you stood up, and even if you're fairly new, if you were, one of the more friendly people? We have a lot of friendly people in the mat. Some people pick this up a little more naturally than others and just say, hey, how are you today? Are you here to watch, or are you here to pick somebody up, or what's going, just acknowledgement of their existence is a form of customer service, which I've seen fail sometimes. I think the worst case scenario is when this happens while we're rolling and nobody really knows what's going on. They sneak in, they sneak out, and they never come back. I thought maybe they were picking somebody up or getting somebody's ride. It's a little harder to break that ice. But for welcoming new people, not just the ones standing there watching in their street clothes, but somebody who's new on the mats, coach can't do it all. Do you want the coach to hold their hand the entire time and not teach actual class and try to give the best customer service to that potential new client? Coach has to rely on the teammates. Are you explaining things? Are you helping them with the technique? Are you smiling and introducing yourself? Do you remember their name when they come in the second time? Your coach would appreciate all these things. If your coach is half of a business person, they would appreciate you taking a little bit of initiative to serve the customers. Do you look after your teammates? Some people are a couple of white belts over there working on their heel hooks while they're rolling, and one of them is totally clueless and the other one's just mostly clueless. Do you do anything about that? Maybe that's normal for your gym, but I would think most gyms that's not normal. Do you protect them? If you're standing off to the side watching jiu-jitsu this because you're taking a break, like we talked about a couple episodes back, do you make sure people don't collide with each other? Two grappling groups don't smash heads together. I'd rather go home without a headache. A little bit of brain trauma. Are you an extra set of eyes for your coach? If you see somebody really just being too rough or borderline abusive with another training partner, you could address that right there. Maybe you don't feel comfortable. Maybe you should just tell your coach, hey, I noticed that Byron and Gary are rolling, and Byron, he was almost to tears, and Gary was like laughing at him and just being a total jerk. Just wanted you to know, Coach. That's not a very common situation, but do you look out for people? Are you an extra set of eyes for your coach? Do you, if you understand the technique and your coach would appreciate a little bit of help, will you answer a question for somebody? These are all things that are going to happen on the mats. Maybe not the cry thing, hopefully not, but if you're a good teammate, you're helping the business that your coach is trying to run. And you're in customer service. Anyway, I'd like to hear you guys' comments on this episode. If you have a topic you want me to cover, BjjBrick@gmail.com. Till next time, keep serving fellow customers. You also do it by rolling nicely as well. Rolling good, rolling tough. And stay sweaty, my friends.